Welcome back to the Polarize Report. We're on a week of turning and movies, and it kind of feels like Halloween or October because it's just horror movies this week. And here's your host. We got
I'm Von.
I'm Ray.
That was painful.
and,
That was rough,
and
man.
the painful intro is always done by yours truly, Keegan.
Woke butter. And we have Ray, our frequent flyer, who
Ew.
this is your third episode or fourth episode?
Yeah, I'm at third base with the podcast now.
Yeah, I think you're at third base. I think, right? Because you only been in. This is your third episode.
Yeah.
Cool. So if Ray's here on the next episode, which he probably will be, but if he is, he'll officially be a full member of the podcast.
You get a pin
Oh, fantastic.
once we start making pins.
That was actually gonna be my first fan gift was gonna be pins.
Nice.
I wasn't even I'm not even joking.
Oh, wow.
You read my mind. You need to
I am
stop.
inside you right now.
Don't be inside me. That's creepy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm only at third base. We haven't gotten there yet.
Exactly.
That's your
We have-
definition of third base.
Alrighty. Well, welcome to the Polarize Report, a podcast where we talk about movies that have come out in the year 2020, and we're talking about all of the cool things that have come out and all the not so cool things that have come out, and we rate them on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being bad, 2 being okay, 3 being good, 4 being great, and then we compare them to our top list of the year. Right now, there are only 7 movies on the top list. Ray, would you like to run them up? So start at the bottom. Then
7?
Yep, start at number 7, our 7th favorite movie of the year.
Oh, yeah. All right, so at number 7, we have Like a Boss. Tied for 5 and 6, we have The Grudge and Doolittle. Those are 2 different movies. And then 3 and 4, we have 2 very different movies again with Underwater and Bad Boy. Number 2 is Sitting with Weathering with You, and number 1 is The Gentleman.
All right, and that's where we're at right now. We have 2 more movies that we're going to be adding to this, to our top movies of the year, and that'll be super exciting because now it'll be 9 movies total. We're going to be stopping at 13. We're going to have a top 13 for the year, so we're not going to keep going past 13, so if a movie's not as good, it won't even be mentioned on the list anymore once we get to 13. But we're almost there. We got 4 more to see. I think that's pretty doable for next week, maybe. I know Sonic comes out soon. I don't know if it's that Valentine's Day. Okay, so
Birds of Prey is next week.
Birds of Prey is next week, so that's going to be something we're seeing for sure. That'll probably be the movie of the week. So yeah, that'll be exciting. We got some movies to talk about.
I forgot what Birds of Prey was.
Birds of Prey.
Way much longer than I should have.
You were just processing what's that movie about? What is that movie?
What does
I
that
didn't
have
know
to do with
National
birds
Geographic was
and-
doing a movie.
Yeah, is it just about eagles
Is
and
this planet
vultures?
Earth, but birds?
But birds. Nice. All right.
Planet birds.
Well, we're going to hop right into it because, our faster-paced podcasts are how we're going to roll. So we're going to start talking about the movie that we have all agreed is the worst of the 2 we're adding, and that is called The Turning.
Mm-hmm.
The Turning is a movie, I don't even know how to describe. You should pull up the summary
That
for
you
this movie.
should turn around and not go see.
Yeah,
it.
turn around, don't go see it. It's about this chick who is a teacher who goes and teaches for this little
She
girl.
becomes like a nanny,
Like a nanny, like a full-time nanny tutor teacher.
Yeah, for these
And-
2 rich, not the 2 little spoiled. Rich
Two
kids.
spoiled little rich kids with no
Rich.
mom or dad.
I
But
don't
there's
think-
an
is that even
aunt?
explained?
No, it's no,
No.
not like there's
Is it a Disney
the old
movie?
housekeeper.
Yes.
It's actually
Yes,
a
it is.
Frozen sleeper sequel, or sleeper prequel.
That actually make it better.
Right, it probably would. But we're pulling up the actual summary because I have no idea how to even describe
our Wade
this
over
movie.
here.
Is it?
Yeah, come on, Q. You got this. You're our
Yeah,
digital
no,
technological guy. We can only
Man,
procrastinate
budget's
so
didn't go very far.
long.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the weather
Out of theaters already?
is great, unlike the weather in The Turning, which was bad. As
Yeah.
the weather, I mean the atmosphere.
Did you find it?
But-
Yep.
All right, summary.
What?
Oh, that.
All right.
That sounds about right.
For more than 100 years, a deeply haunting tale has been passed down to terrifying audiences. The Turning takes us to a mysterious estate in the Maine countryside where newly appointed nanny Kate is charged with care of 2 disturbed orphans, Flora and Miles. Quickly, though, she discovers that both children and the house are harboring dark secrets and things may not be as they appear.
Sounds
There
like
it
I
is.
just got a Kickstarter board game, and it's like here's some lore.
That is exactly what that sounded like. It sounded like
Yeah.
the plot to like a board game or a video game. Oh my! All right.
It's one of the hauntings for Betrayal.
Oh, right, exactly. Keegan, what do you think of it? We'll start with you.
I didn't fall asleep, but I wanted to. Now, it's supposed to be a scary movie.
And he's
And
really bad with scary movies.
I'm really bad with scary movies, which makes it fun to go see scary movies. Either if you like being scared or you like watching me flip out way more than I really should. So, in this, I don't even think I had a moment.
You had one at the very
Did
beginning.
I have a gasp?
Yep,
And I
you
was
had a
like,
gasp at the very beginning, and then when you realized how bad the movie was being, you just gave up in being scared. Like,
like, it doesn't take a lot. Abominable. There's
Abominable
a moment
scared him.
in
Yep.
Abominable. That's
that
a
animated
kids movie.
about the snowman made Keegan jump.
They-
Yup.
I think it had the potential to be so good, but it was like a comic that had like great, just like setting the jokes, but never could fucking land.
Right? Yeah.
Like it just felt like he just running up and then
It was
dropping
it
your
was
pants
the,
and shitting where
It
you're
was the
standing.
bad Adam Sandler movie of the horror genre.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
like it wanted to be good.
It wanted to be.
It
good.
wanted to be good.
That
And it
was the
had-
hard. That was my biggest complaint about it.
And I
Is
think
it
it-
tried.
Yeah, try to do
It
hard.
tried.
And I think it kind of just too much of it was just so fucking off.
Yeah.
That like I want to guess during the movie, but I also want to have some sort of fucking idea during the movie. So, I give it a 1. Honestly,
Sounds like a hard
I
one.
feel like the director should give me gas money for going to the movie theater.
Yeah, this movie is rough. Like, it had this kid from Stranger Things,
Stranger Things,
who's
yeah.
also been in It.
Mhm.
So we've seen him in stuff, and he's a good kid actor.
He
But
wasn't good in Goldfinch
but
either.
Was he not?
No,
Oh,
God,
okay.
but that movie was ass. So
Yeah, see, I think that's the problem, though, is just, like, the writing was so bad in this movie that it took a kid that was a decent actor and made him bad. The only one that was, like,
I always kind of play
somewhat
the
good...
same kind of dickhead kid in every movie that makes me want to punch him in the face.
no, I told Keegan this. I was like, it's sad that the best actor in the movie was the little girl.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
it totally
because
was.
she was easily the best actor in that movie, and I was like, wow, that's sad.
Yeah, that was rough. But I also feel like her character was just her, because most of her character was just, like, sassy little girl.
Sassy little girl.
And I feel like she wasn't actually acting for half the movie, and I was just like,
Oh, it was just
nice, this was improv.
Which I
They're
feel like with kid
nice.
actors, that's a good idea because they're so young. Except Stranger Things. I don't know whoever was in charge of casting for Stranger Things, but they need to get a raise.
Fair.
So he gave it a 1. What do you give it?
I give it a 1. It's
I-
a hard one.
I also give it a 1. And that ending, we're not going to spoil it, but the ending is so confusingly bad that it made me hate the movie more. Like, if the ending happened sooner, I would have just walked out. Like
The best part, actually, of the movie was when it all ended, and everyone in the audience was like,
Everyone!
What the
Everyone.
fuck just happened?
It was a unanimous what from everyone in the theater, and it was full, and everyone was like, "What?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?" Like,
I've never felt so unfulfilled.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. I walked out of that movie and was like, I need to see another movie now.
Which is
Fill.
other movies, I feel like there's a difference. I want you guys to understand the difference between feeling unfulfilled and feeling empty. Like when a movie drains you of your emotion, that's a good movie. It's conveying emotion and it's draining you as a human being.
Midsummer.
Yeah, there's a couple of movies that did that, and they did it good.
Climax.
This made me feel unfulfilled, just like you wanted, but you didn't know where you were going, and so it's very rough.
It was like this hot girl that was like flirting with you at the bar, and then just, and then her boyfriend walked in and she starts making out with him in front of you.
It's kind of like,
No, see, it's
did you
more
peak
like-
in high school? No, middle school.
No, it's more like you get the hot girl, you go back to like the hotel, and you both take off her pants, and her dick's bigger than yours. So it's like, damn it!
Yeah. But see, that would even still be a better story than this movie.
That just makes it gay.
No, that's the confusing what at the
That
end.
is the
Like,
confusing. What? All right. Well, we're gonna put it through the gauntlet. Only 2 of us have seen Like a Boss, correct?
Yeah,
You
I
did not see Like a Boss.
it.
All right, Keegan,
intentionally.
is Like a Boss or The Turning better?
Like a boss.
Easily.
Yeah.
All right, Turning is
Yeah.
now our 8th movie of the year.
I
At
watched
the
the
bottom.
trailer of Like a Boss and enjoyed it more.
Well, good. You probably saw the whole movie then,
Yeah,
anyway. All right, that is the official thing. Turning is the worst movie we've seen this year. Good job, Like a Boss, for being better.
Like
Not
a boss.
yeah, it's better. I wouldn't say not as bad, but
Yeah.
it's definitely
It's
better.
better. Yeah, there's a solid gap between
Yeah.
these two movies. All right, and now we're gonna
Makes
talk about the other oddly horror movie that came out in January. That is Gretel and Hansel.
Whoa.
Backwards, which is super confusing.
I think they flipped it mainly because
Gretel's the main character.
Yeah, Gretel's the main
Yeah.
character, and she's older. And
I get
that's
that.
what's going on.
And I have no issue with that. It's confusing in my brain because there's been so many Hansel and Gretels, but this is Gretel and Hansel. It's a new spin on it.
Makes it very on its own platter.
Yep, it does. It makes it its own take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Because
Yeah, I see what you're
later
saying.
on, like down the road, we're gonna be like, oh, you remember Gretel and Hansel? And you'll be like, you're gonna exactly know
which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's a neat way to look at it.
That's fair.
So this movie is about Hansel and Gretel, and it focuses, because all the other Hansel and Gretel tales mainly focus about them being kids and finding the witch's house in the forest, and then it cuts to them in the future after they went through this experience, right? Like shoving the witch in the oven is from the original Grimm's tale, and that's usually like just the first beginning of the movie.
Right.
This one focuses completely on them as kids the whole time. So it was a cool new take. I thought that was very interesting. That's the plot of the movie.
Yeah, a little more before and like lore, not lore.
Yep,
Backstory.
more backstory. Yeah, that's the word you're looking for. All right, so let's go with Ray first this time. What did you think of Gretel and Hansel?
I thought this movie got better as it went on, because the beginning of the movie, without spoiling anything, because the first scene, the shaky cam hurt my soul. But like as it kept going, the plot kept me interested because it didn't go in the direction I thought it was going to, and it made the movie actually like not bad. It was pretty decent, and the cinematography was like gorgeous.
I was really surprised by that.
Oh my god!
The whole time I was like, "This is a beautiful shot," and then the next shot I was like, "This is also a beautiful shot," and then the next shot I'm like, "This is a really good tracking shot." Like,
yeah, it's like the first couple scenes in the movie, we got like shaky
a little bit
cam.
of the shaky
The
cam.
rest of the movie's awesomely shot, and then the last scene's shaky cam. You're like, oh, why?
But it used one thing cinematically, without spoiling the movie. One thing it used very well was color. Because there was only ever one or two colors on the screen at the same time.
Right.
And it would focus on the color. Like, the yellows and oranges were used heavily, the blues were used, and then the reds were used very rarely, but very deliberately.
There's one scene with a hard
red that was really good.
Yeah.
And then, so, the color use and the symmetry. Like, it would purposely set up the camera where the two sides were split exactly in half.
Yeah, they
I was
threw out,
very impressed.
like rule of thirds almost.
Uh-huh.
And they went with their own like symmetrical screenshot, but they kept it so consistent for the whole movie
that it
really
wasn't
good.
boggling, and it was good. Exactly. I think cinematically this movie shined heavily.
Yeah.
But and I actually agree with Ray. I thought the plot got better as the movie went. Keegan disagrees with us because he told me in the car.
I felt more impactful in the beginning than I did later on, which maybe that's the point, is to make you get invested into these characters, and then later on in the movie you're just like, okay, it's just all with that. So, yeah.
My dog just barged into our recording.
The witch is back! No!
The witch is back.
But yeah, I there's nothing I hated. I did feel like it got a little slow for me at some parts. So that's why I kind of took a hit on my scale. Sure. It was just like later in the movie, it seemed like things were taking a lot longer. And
yeah, I'll agree with that.
I'll agree to that. However, the cinematography, especially in the dream sequences, were so cool that I was just invested. I was like, this is sweet.
I will agree. I think some of the writing was kind of weak.
There were a few long scenes. Yeah. I will give it that. There were like one or two scenes where I was like, ugh, this is long. But besides that, it was pretty good. And it was a short movie.
It was short. It was short, but it felt long.
Yeah.
It was just the writing. Like, cinematography, I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Plot, I think it lacked direction.
Mm-hmm.
Acting was great.
The acting was
that
pretty
was
spot on.
really good.
It was another...
Even for the kiddo, like little Hansel, he did pretty good. Little Hansel, and then Gretel, she was just an
Stranger
older
Things
actor,
girl,
and
yeah.
she was really
Or
good.
not Stranger Things.
It girl, yeah,
Yeah.
she was great.
Yeah, she crushed it.
She did really well. I really liked the ending. I thought the ending was really fitting and very artsy in the right way.
Yeah.
It felt impactful and neat. And my favorite part, and I told Keegan a little bit of this in the car, was that it didn't feel like an isolated story. It felt like it could have been in like a Grim Tale universe.
Yeah.
Like I could get a whole movie about the huntsman who is in the movie for a little while, and I can get a whole movie about like what happens next from both perspectives, and I think that'd be really neat. Like this movie did a great job at not making it feel like this was the only thing that was happening in the world. So that was cool.
Agreed. Yeah.
Anyways,
What do you rate it?
I give it a 2.
2? You wouldn't rewatch it?
I probably wouldn't rewatch it just because I wouldn't get anything else from it.
Yeah, fair.
I actually give it a 3.
I give it a 3, but I really like this. Was kind of my type of art house movie.
I give it
so.
a 2 because of the art.
Okay.
If I that's why I'm saying if I rewatch it, I wouldn't gain anything. Because the plot and the characters themselves didn't do it for me, but the artwork was great, and I would just be like, yeah, it's still good.
And you don't think it's a bad movie. So and that's the cool part about it too. Is a 2 is a movie where like it's not your cup of tea, but it's not a bad movie. That's why we have the rating system.
It's not a soft 2. It's a hard 2.
Oh my God.
Borderline 3.
All right. I give it a 3. All right. Let's send it up the gauntlet.
It's a semi 2.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
There was a travesty.
We had a technical difficulty. Give us 1 sec and stand by.
Oh, my leg's asleep.
You have to...
And we're back. Thank you for standing on our technical difficulty. We were going through a tunnel in a house. We're going through a tunnel in a house.
Yep.
But we're back and in different
around.
positions. It's weird to see Keegan and Ray from this angle. Hello, how are you guys?
My leg was so dead asleep. I was walking like a pirate without a leg.
All right, so I don't know exactly when the technical difficulty happened.
We're
So let's
about to-
really quick recap. You gave it a 2.
2.
Keegan gives it a 3. I give it a 3 as well. And now it's going up the gauntlet. All 3 of us have solved this first one. So vote. What's better, Gretel and Hansel or The Turning? Gretel and
Not even
Hansel,
close.
easy peasy. Bum, 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 bum.
Agreed.
And now between Keegan and I, what's better, Gretel and Hansel or Like a Boss?
Gretel and Hansel.
Yep, Gretel and Hansel. I also agree heavily there. So, boop, 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 boop. And now, is Gretel and Hansel going to be a splitter? Let's find out. What's better, Grudge or Gretel and Hansel? Keegan. I'm voting Gretel and Hansel.
I got Grudge.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The Grudge just did it more for me.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Man, too bad I got yanked out of theaters.
Yeah, shit. Alright, then what's better, Doolittle or Gretel and Hansel?
Oh, Gretel and Hansel.
Gretel and Hansel.
Gretel
So
and
it is a
Hansel,
splitter. So Doolittle gets bumped down out of the tie, and now Gretel and Hansel and The Grudge are tied, which is actually a little bit more fitting since they're both like the similar genre.
Yeah.
Ugh, man, I hate you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't get that.
I don't get it that high. Fuck.
You don't get what you want.
Alright. Because you didn't see Doolittle, did you?
I still do.
Oh, you did see Doolittle. Oh, you
Yeah.
get the vote too. Well,
It was better than Doolittle.
okay.
Yeah.
So 3-0 on that one. All right, cool. Well, then you have it. The Turning is now 8th on our list because it's bad. 9th on our list because there's 9 movies, and Gretel and Hansel is now tied with 5th and 6th with The Grudge.
Tied 5th.
5th and 6th with The Grudge.
Just Doolittle's like...
Yep, Doolittle's gonna cop out.
Your
so.
award is Pocket Lint.
Pocket lint. So cool. That was where we're at for that. This is our last episode for January. This is it. This is all the movies that came out in
tomorrow's
January because
February.
tomorrow's February. So we have seen 9 movies in the month of January, and I think only 11 came out. So we're doing pretty good, guys. We're
Hey.
pretty on it.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
February is going to be an interesting month.
February's gonna be weird.
There's a couple big ones that are coming out, and
Uh-huh.
I don't think if Sonic was shoving its dick down everyone's throat enough in the last couple weeks. Like, have you been on Facebook? It's all there.
There's a lot of Sonic and a lot of Kobe.
I want to see.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Kobe.
Rest
Kobe.
in peace, Kobe.
All right.
Let's have a moment of silence for Kobe.
And on that
Yeah.
moment of silence, now we're going into spoilers. I guess we're gonna be spoiling
Spoiler alert.
Gretel and Hansel and The Turning. In 3, 2, 1. The Turning, she's crazy.
She's her mom?
She's her mom and she's crazy. And none of the movie happened?
Yeah, that's what my takeaway was
It
from
was
I
all
guess.
it was all a dream.
Is 'cause, like,
in the hospital, that's what I think the ending meant.
I think
I
so
don't
as well.
know.
Is that
It's-
like this was like a prelude to how she got into the mental hospital, and she was like reliving those actions?
The big ghost bad guy is a rapist.
Yeah, that
If the
too.
ghost is real.
if
the
the
ghost is
ghost
real.
is
Yeah.
real, which didn't make sense.
See, even spoiling this movie, I'm just confused.
Doesn't
I hate
make
this
sense.
movie.
This movie was really bad.
This is gonna stay in our bottom 7 because
Yeah.
once we get to 20 movies, there will be a bottom 7. I actually have the original bottom 7 out there, and I will erase it and put The Turning on it, and it better be the first one on that fucking list. I highly doubt we're gonna see anything worse.
Gretel and Hansel.
Gretel becomes the witch.
Yeah.
That was
kinda neat.
cool. I
Yeah.
liked that because
Yeah.
that's never happened in any of the other situations and things like
Hansel's
that. It's
pretty
always been-
useless.
Hansel's useless.
Hansel was like
He's really
6.
young. Yeah. That was interesting. They weren't
Pretty
twins.
useless.
That was
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think that was just to make sure Gretel got like the highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was just like Hansel's just there.
He's just there. Yeah, and I thought that was fitting.
And the food is body parts made from children, pickled arms.
Dude,
Yep.
that
And
dream
stuff.
sequence was so cool.
That was
Oh my God.
that one made me a little bit. I was just like she was like, oh no, I'm eating that, and I'm like, oh my god, you're eating that.
And the ending was really cool when she like took over the staff and threw it into the wall, and the witch just went, "Oh!" Like she knew it was happening. That was so cool. I really liked
What
that.
did she say? What was the actual
What was
words?
the? She said
It was
something.
from the Wizard of Oz too.
Uh-huh. She,
My
'cause it-
pretty.
She was
No,
like,
My Pretty was
she's
what
like,
she
"Oh,
kept
is that-"
calling her, which was a Wizard of Oz reference as well.
Yeah, it
because she
was.
was the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yep.
Which was kind of a neat like
It was a
tie-in.
neat little, little shared kind of universe there. She said, "So this
She
is
said the
this is
same-
how it happens, or
She
something."
said the same words that the Wicked Witch of the West said when she dies.
I know, and she gets
What a
when she's
world.
like, "I'm
What a
melting."
world!
What a world! Yeah, that was really cool. I really liked that.
I didn't
It was
even
fitting.
catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally gone. She said, "What a world."
What a world.
What a world!
And then I just like how it just kept getting more into the wall, and then when she gets into the wall in the first, and the fire goes from orange to blue, that was
Yeah.
just so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, the first shot, right, with
First
the shaky
shot
cam was bad,
awful.
but then immediately the second shot with the hollow triangle,
Oh, I didn't like the oinking.
the
that
oinking was a little weird.
That one didn't get explained, and
No.
2 was just out of place.
It was out of place.
But you could tell it's
that
like a
hollow
family
It was a family
trope.
thing, yeah.
To
Yeah,
basically
it was
be
like a
like,
family thing.
be like,
It paid
Everything's
off, though,
okay.
because when the witch oinked, it paid off. Like I was like, oh, okay, there's some shit going down here. I thought it was all right. It didn't take me out of the
Yeah.
movie, but
I think
it
it's
did
just
feel.
it
There was
more
one part
weird.
that took me out of the movie when she broke through the wall, and you can see the wallpaper that's like brand fucking new, and I'm like, that didn't exist in this time.
Yeah, that
I was like,
threw
you
me off
guys
as
just
well.
bought that at Home Depot because you ran out of budget.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Where I was like, this looks like it has like numbers on it.
I'm pretty sure it did. I think
Did
it
it?
had the company logo on it. Still.
Okay,
Because it was in red and it was all in like the same
Mhm.
place on all of them. And I was like, all right.
that's weird. Yeah, but no,
And
thought
it's
it
a
was neat.
coven of children eating witches.
Yeah, well, it hinted at a coven. And
Yeah.
I don't know if the coven's real.
It hinted at
'Cause we
multiple
never-
people being around.
Yeah, and we never met the original witch. She's still at large.
Correct.
Because she was just the one
Yeah.
that Lord.
Oh
that,
yeah, that's
the
right. But
dad
she had the
one.
ring, right?
No, that was the mom.
that was the mom. The mom
The
had
mom
the ring. The
and
mom is the main
the
witch.
main witch were the
Hulda
same
is the
person.
main witch.
Okay.
But the witch, the one that created, that
I love
healed,
those images.
healed the little girl, the
Right.
girl with pink the witch
Yeah.
that healed her.
Mm.
We still don't know where
Yeah,
the
but
fuck
I
she
liked
is.
that part.
Shared
Mhm.
universe.
They didn't introduce her. They just kept her like she's
because she's a MacGuffin. She's not needed for the plot
Yeah.
because it's in a bigger world, and that's
Sorry,
I
what
like
is that word?
A MacGuffin.
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 It's like Snoke. Snoke's a MacGuffin. He's just there to advance the plot of the main characters. He's not a main character.
like that word, MacGuffin.
Yeah.
MacGuffin. It's a good word.
Thank you.
Good word.
Word of the day.
It's
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin's a
How do you
word
spell
that you
that?
can say to people, and if they understand it, they've written a story.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the
That's
only
the-
use it's for.
It's
Yeah,
like
I can
when
definitely
people.
tell I'm not
It's like
writing
when
nothing.
people use the word irony correctly, and you're like, "Very good job."
Alright.
That
Good
was
job.
good. People are like, "Well, what does like irony really mean?" You're like, "It's hard to explain, but if you know what it is, you use it correctly." So, cool. Well, that was fun, guys. Go see The Gentleman still though. That movie's still great.
Oh my
That was
god,
good.
I've been like,
I've been
tell
wanting to
everyone.
re-watch it. I'm like, oh, that's a movie I want to rewatch. Is The Gentleman.
great.
So
it's fantastic.
it's fantastic. All right, well, thank you for listening to our January movies of 2020, guys. It's been a fun
2020.
month. Going into February next time. I have nothing more to say, I don't think.
Yeah, no.
That's all I got.
Where can we find you, Ray?
I still stream every Wednesday at Single Players Club on YouTube.
It's awesome.
Me and Matt going through Lasso.
Nice.
We die
Nice.
a lot.
You die a lot, I bet.
Yeah, a lot.
And when you die, it resets to the next checkpoint.
Yeah, it resets the last checkpoint, and then we spent 30 minutes in an elevator because we couldn't sit still long enough to not kill each other
Oh
out
my
of
god.
boredom.
Oh yeah, the.
It was rough.
Are you on Reach?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where you are. 'Cause
Oh,
that
yeah.
elevator is fucking long.
Yeah, it takes a while, and like you two wheels like meet eyes, you beat each other to death. I actually have a great
Why don't
clip.
you just go? There's 2 elevators. Just go in a separate elevator.
No, there's a great clip I have where I stick one of our friends, his name's John, in the dick with a plasma grenade, and it blows up, and he lives. Yeah, he just like out of nowhere, we freak out, and he hits me in the helmet with a frag grenade because you can see it on my screen. It bounces off, and then it kills Matt. He was like behind me, like the grenade physics didn't make
Did not
sense
make
for a
sense in the
minute.
elevator. That's
It
hilarious.
was great.
And where can we find you, Keegan?
You can find me on Twitter at WokeButter. And you can find me on Instagram at KeeganRock96, YouTube KeeganRock96. I really need to kind of like converge everything together.
In the Woke Butter,
I'm rebranding to Woke Butter.
I think it's great.
Woke Butter.
I love it
Funny.
every time.
I'm part of the Enlightened Dairy movement. Yeah.
That was funny.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Is there a holy cow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
There could be the
Oh.
great grilled cheeses.
Oh my god, there's so many levels I didn't know about.
And then you can find me at Von Bunstrangle on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Byte. I'm on Byte, boys.
Yeah,
I made a
what's up,
Byte.
Byte?
It's the new Vine. The
Alright.
6-second looping videos, boy. Woo! We're on Byte. We're gonna make Byte big again.
Alright.
I'm never
it's
gonna say
rough.
that again. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
rough.
think you really bit off more than you can chew.
I did bite off way more than I could chew, and it was as he said, rough.
God.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the Polarize Report. Tune in next time.